From the Great Northwoods to the Rockbound Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Today on Good Morning Maine, former gubernatorial nominee Elliot Cutler is expected to plead guilty in court on Thursday. Plus, a man is facing multiple charges after a 20-hour standoff in Auburn, and an invasive type of fish is wreaking havoc on Maine's lakes. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith and thank you for tuning in this morning. My colleague Craig Colson is taking a well-deserved day off. Let's hit the ground running and get a first check of that forecast. Devin Biggs joins us now.
Alrighty, Emma, thank you very much. Happy Wednesday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Winterport Sheds. Do you need extra storage, a place to live, camp on your lawn, buildings for your pets? Check them out at winterportsheds.com. Alrighty, here we are this morning. We are watching a few advisories that are posted, though. Mainly these right here are just some small crowd advisories that are posted until 10 a.m. later on this morning, though. We also have river flood warnings that are posted pretty much until further notice, as we're going to be watching for some high water levels as well. That's where that area saw a lot of rain very recently as well. For now, we're watching some rain tracking from the south to the north yet again, so unfortunately we're dealing with more active weather, as we'll be watching for a few rain showers yet again today, and some gusty winds in a few parts. As we do zoom things out and give you the bigger picture, here's that area of low pressure right here that's bringing some rain, and yes, even a few snow showers across parts of the country. I know we're in May, and here we are dealing with yet more snow across some parts of the country. So as we do proceed forward in time, we'll have the rain moving forward today, maybe mixing with a little bit of snow later on tonight further off towards the north, so make sure you're ready for that. But everyone else will mainly stay with a few rain showers. On top of that, a little bit of wind to watch out for as well, mainly out of the northeast going to the south and west at around 10, maybe 15 miles per hour sustained, but gusts up to 25 miles per hour are also possible. The hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, mostly cloudy with a few rain showers possible, temperatures in the upper 40s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Emma?
Thank you, Devin. A wealthy attorney who came close to being elected governor of Maine in 2010 is expected to plead guilty to possessing videos and images of child sexual abuse. 76-year-old Elliot Cutler is due in an Ellsworth courtroom on Thursday. According to a court document, he's expected to serve 9 months in prison as part of a plea agreement. Cutler is expected to plead guilty to 4 counts of possession of sexually explicit material of a child under 12, according to the terms of the agreement hammered out with prosecutors. The judge would still need to approve the deal. The sentencing moratorium describes Cutler's addiction to pornography, with Cutler acknowledging that he downloaded hundreds of images and videos. His attorneys noted that Cutler never engaged in inappropriate conduct with children. Cutler ran for governor twice as an independent, losing in 2010 by less than 2 percentage points to Republican Paul LePage. A man is facing multiple charges after a 20-hour standoff in Auburn around 3 yesterday. Police responded to a report that someone shot at a person's car. The caller said he and the suspect, 47-year-old Darian Saunders, got into an online fight that escalated into threats. Police say he drove by the suspect's home after the suspect gave him the address, looking for a fight. Auburn police say Saunders refused to come out of his home and fired rounds at police. The standoff ended peacefully around 10:15 yesterday morning, nearly 21 hours later. Saunders is facing multiple charges, including elevated aggravated assault. MSAD 41 superintendent has suggested that the district hire their first ever school resource officer, but there are still questions that need to be answered. AJ Douglas talked to Milo's police chief to learn how the proposal could become a reality.
You never know when something or where something is going to happen, and I think that point has been driven home across the country.
Milo Police Chief Nicholas Kluge says he is open to discussing if and how a school resource officer could serve the town of Milo's schools.
It's going to be basically a safety and security position. A lot more discussion needs to happen.
The Milo Police Chief says the decision could ultimately come down to funding.
That's a challenge, being on 2 different budget cycles. They go in the summer to summer. We go from January 1st to December 31st.
MSAD 41 Superintendent Michael Wright says it's time for an officer to assist in the schools. Wright says the district is open to funding the position while school is in session. However, he's requested that the town take over those employment costs when the schools are closed during the summer and other breaks.
School isn't in session 12 months out of the year, so you have to employ the person full-time for those 12 months.
Kluge says the position could cost an estimated $90,000 annually. We talked to some community members who endorsed the idea, saying teachers deserve the support of a school resource officer. The town select board plans to discuss if the proposed position can be partially funded with municipal funds during Tuesday night's meeting. In Milo, AJ Douglas for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
The Federal Emergency Management Agency will send nearly $16 million to a Bangor hospital for its efforts during the pandemic. A statement from FEMA says the money will reimburse Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center for the cost of hiring temporary staff to deal with increased patient loads between September 2021 and May 2022. So far, FEMA has provided more than $270 million in public assistance grants to Maine to reimburse the state for pandemic-related expenses. An invasive fish species is wreaking havoc in the Belgrade Lakes region, and the problem is growing. Maine wildlife officials say in the early 1980s, the northern pike was illegally introduced to the area. The northern pike is an apex predator, an aggressive fish known to outcompete other fish and take over bodies of water. They also prey on native fish, including salmon. Experts say once these invasive fish are established in bodies of water, they're almost impossible to remove.
These pike have just expanded and exploded in that watershed. Now we find them in over 40 lakes and ponds in Maine. Whereas it used to be in just one. It really is an issue when it comes to, protecting some of our native fish like brook trout and landlocked salmon and some of our fisheries for smallmouth and largemouth bass.
He says if you're caught with live fish trying to stock a pond, you can be fined up to $10,000. Laddie says he hopes the steep fine makes people think twice about putting fish where they don't belong. After an uptick in Lyme disease cases last year, experts are spreading awareness about preventing tick-borne illnesses. Our David Ledford has the story.
Tick season has begun. While the exact numbers are hard to predict, experts say that Maine's milder winter could likely mean a rise in the state's tick population.
With the warmer temperatures, they have an easier time surviving that winter, so they can emerge in higher numbers. So we can see those warming trends during the winter months contributing to expanding tick numbers and expanding tick distribution.
According to the Maine CDC, there were more than 2,600 cases of Lyme disease in 2022, an illness spread by deer ticks. Additionally, the CDC recently reported that babesiosis, another disease carried by ticks, is now considered endemic in Maine, meaning it is regularly found in the region. Experts say it's best to wear clothing that fully covers your skin and to make the area around your home less hospitable to ticks by mowing the lawn and using pesticide sprays. However, protection goes even further than that. Experts say it's important to check your pets and yourself for ticks after spending any amount of time outdoors, not just after a hike or a walk in the park, because ticks can be found in places you might not expect.
What we found with the tick submissions to our lab is that the majority of people that are encountering these ticks and sending them in are picking them up kind of in and around the home landscapes, like just going down to check the mail at the end of the driveway or taking the dog out for a quick walk.
For dogs, experts recommend tick collars and the Lyme vaccine. Dr. Kate Domenico, president of the Maine Veterinary Medical Association, says it's important to look out for warning signs in your pets.
So the signs that we see is that your pet could be simply just not eating. They could have a fever, lameness. They could just not be able to get up, so their legs act like they're not working.
In humans, experts say Lyme disease can produce flu-like symptoms and sometimes a bullseye-shaped rash near the tick bite. Tick season typically runs from spring to fall. If you suspect you have a tick-borne illness, visit your healthcare provider as soon as possible. In Orono, David Ledford, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Lyme disease is so common and so detrimental. Well, the time now is 6:09. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, we'll check out how local businesses showed support to local teachers for Teacher Appreciation Week. But first, let's take another look at that forecast. Clouds and showers are likely throughout the day today, high of 49 degrees. We'll see more rain overnight, possibly even snow showers as temperatures are low as 38 degrees tonight. Tomorrow, clouds and rain, high of 49.
The lives we lead, the journey that defines us, the dedication, passion, and teamwork in everything we do, driven by the things we love. From the visions that lead us, the feelings that inspire us, to the roads that bring us together, Coastal Auto Parts, 29 locations in Maine, will get you to the moments that matter most. Get what you need to keep you firing on all cylinders when you sign up for Napa Rewards. Coastal Auto Parts is owned and operated by a Maine family that cares.
Name a way a woman likes her men and her cheese.
Full of adventure.
Family Feud. Stop all this adventure!
Weekdays at 9 on ABC 7.
This week on the People's Court, did her ex steal the wedding money?
He had the full amount in his bank account.
Plus, father and stepfather clash.
I think that there's really bad blood between the two of you about who reigns supreme in her heart.
People's Court, all this week at 4 on ABC 7.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith. Local businesses are giving back to the educators in their communities for Teacher Appreciation Day. Stanley Subaru in Trenton and Stanley Chevrolet in Belfast gave local teachers gift bags in honor of the special day. The gift bags included certificates for free oil changes at both dealerships, as well as $1,500 gift cards from the Belfast Hannaford. There were also flowers from local florists.
So watching the teachers light up, this was an exciting surprise for them to be recognized. We spend a lot of time celebrating student success, so just taking a minute to celebrate teacher success is fantastic.
Okay, correction before we move on. $1,500 gift cards separately, not $1,500. Okay, the owner of Stanley Subaru and Chevrolet, Mark Polittle, says it's important to recognize teachers because their work often goes unnoticed. But he says without them, we'd be lost. A report from the Maine Tourism Association showed many businesses are unprepared for the large volume of people expected to visit the state in the next few months. Our Matthew Duronsek has the story.
There are many reasons why Maine is known as vacation land. The nice weather, picture-perfect views, and, of course, the seafood. Because of its reputation, the state has seen steady growth in its tourism industry. Every year, the Maine Tourism Association conducts a statewide study of how businesses are equipped for the upcoming tourist season. The study found just 29% of business owners reported they had sufficient staffing levels going into the summer season.
There's still a staffing shortage out there. A lot of businesses are going into the season that are going to be understaffed from where they really need to be.
Even well-known landmarks like Union River Lobster Pot report they're struggling to hire enough staff, despite their best efforts.
I used to be able to start in April and be able to finish up by mid-May by the time we would open up in June. But now we start in January, and late January, early February in recruiting. So it's gotten to be almost a full-time job.
Other local business owners spoke about the preparation that goes into preparing for the summer season.
Usually by the end of the previous summer, we start planning for the next summer. So we decide what we want to carry, staffing and all of that. So it's usually an 8 to 10 month lead process for us.
For us, it's just about, sort of building up our supply here in the store, knowing what people are looking for, and just being ready for the influx of people.
Maine Tourism Association Executive Director Tony Cameron says companies struggling with staffing should utilize the programs the organization offers to help recruit and retain employees.
We're all in this together. being proactive about it instead of being reactive, trying to go out and use the resources that the tourism job boards that are out there, and communicate with each other. We're going to help try to mitigate this problem better than other states.
In Ellsworth, Matthew Juronsik reporting for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Husson University invited the public to its Bangor campus to take part in the end-of-semester art walk. Students selected their best artwork, which was put on display across 7 venues on campus, from traditional forms of artwork like drawings, paintings, and photography to graphic design and animation, and even projects in virtual and extended reality. The exhibitions covered a wide array of mediums. Associate Professor of Studio Arts, Kathy Smith, says students had to overcome some obstacles as they experimented with new techniques.
We find that it can be really challenging and really rewarding to work in different mediums and art forms that are new, and that it does actually support their careers and their fields and their livelihoods later on.
If you didn't get the chance to attend the art walk, but you'd like to, you can visit this story on our website to visit more of the exhibitions. All right, the time now is 6:15. After the break, the man wanted in Texas for execution-style murders is finally in custody. Plus, all the latest regarding the testimony of the civil trial of Donald Trump. This and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
Has paying your mortgage been a struggle since COVID-19? The Maine Homeowner Assistance Fund could help. You may be eligible for up to $50,000 in aid. Apply today at mainehomeownerhelp.org.
Goose River Farm and Meat Store is conveniently located on Route 3 across from Hammond Lumber in Belfast. They have a wide selection of meat and poultry, including beef, pork, lamb, chicken, duck, rabbit, and turkey. Buy your steak and meats for grilling this summer.
Built upon a solid foundation of cast iron and steel, the Kubota LO1 series is rated #1 in durability and owner experience. Powerful Kubota diesel engine, ease of operation, and your choice of a dependable Kubota gear or HST transmission. The durable Kubota LO1 series tractor. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo.
Available at Doors Equipment, 1468 Outer Hammond Street, Bangor.
I got hurt in a car accident and I've got some questions. Can I be entitled to money for pain and suffering?
I answer car accident questions like these every day. Call the twos. We win for you.
Call 222-2222. Behind on home expenses due to COVID-19? You're not alone. Help is available for mortgage, utilities, or property taxes through the Maine Homeowner Assistance Fund. See if you qualify at mainehomeownerhelp.org.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith. An Oakland couple is taking their love for cooking on the road with their very own food truck. Our Jody Hersey has more.
Across from the North Street Playground in Waterville, Derek DeFelice works the grill inside the Heroes on Wheels food truck.
I served in the Army from 03 to 09, did 2 deployments, Iraq, Afghanistan, and been out since 2009 and finally found our passion.
The couple closed their Heroes House of Pizza business in Skowhegan in 2022, instead opting to work side by side with one another on the road. The DeFelices say they have no regrets opening their own food truck. They say the Heroes on Wheels business allows them to be their own boss.
A lot of people have a hard time getting along with their husbands, especially being around them so much. But we get in the truck and we only communicate about the orders that we need.
The couple loves making burgers, hot dogs, Caesar salads with homemade dressing, and doughboys.
Our most popular items are probably our steak bomb. Everything's made to order. We get fresh bread trucked in for mass every week. It's an amazing seller.
I got a steak and cheese, a couple hot dogs, a cheeseburger, and a chicken basket.
When the duo isn't catering at weddings, campgrounds, festivals, or other events, they park their business on the corner of Johnson Heights and North Street in Waterville. It just so happens to be where Derek's mother lives.
I absolutely think it's fantastic. People love it. I've watched it
crowds come by here. Even the daycare parents are enjoying it.
To learn more about Heroes on Wheels, check out the Heroes on Wheels Facebook page. In Waterville, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
All right, the time now is 6:19. Let's get a full look at that forecast with meteorologist Evan Biggs.
Alrighty, Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Winterport Sheds. Do you need extra storage, a place to live, camp on your lot, buildings for your pets? Check them out at winterportsheds.com. Alrighty, here we are. So we do have small crowd advisories that are posted until 10 a.m. later this morning. Right along it here, wave heights continue to remain active in a few areas. River flood warnings remain posted until further notice. Whenever you see a time kind of like this or it's very exact, pretty much it's in effect until further notice, until the water levels go back down. Wave heights are around 5 to 6 feet according to the buoys right now, so they continue to remain a little high as a result of the active weather across the region. We'll see some improvement coming up soon, but first we got to get through some rain that continues to fall in a few areas this morning. Nothing heavy, though. That was in the western parts of the state this morning. For us, not as heavy as it tracks off towards the north and east. We'll be watching for multiple waves of rainfall possible with this area low pressure tracking from the southwest going to the north and east. So today and tomorrow we have chances for rain. I've actually pulled out the chance for rain for Friday, so that is some good news. So we'll be mostly cloudy Friday and the weekend looking pretty good as well. So futurecast moving forward, a few rain showers today, some dry hours as well, but notice nothing but cloud cover. All this white you see here is nothing but cloud cover here. But we'll be watching for some rain and even a few snow showers possible later on tonight as well. And even through tomorrow morning, some more rain showers moving in from the northeast, going to the south and west yet again. But once we head towards Thursday night and parts of Friday, this is the last little bit of rain before that finally begins to get out of here and the clouds slowly but surely start to break up. As for rainfall, looks a little bit like this. The best opportunities for any additional rainfall further off towards the western parts of the state where maybe another half inch of rain could fall between now and Friday. But for us, though, not a whole lot, maybe 1/10 to 2/10 of an inch of rain between now and Friday before we're all finished up. So nothing significant. It'll just be dreary outside. And on top of that, though, some gusty winds on the way yet again, reaching up to around 20 miles per hour. And a few spots maybe getting close to 25 miles per hour along the coast. So, and we'll keep that rolling again, especially as we head towards Thursday morning. So the wind will continue to remain rather gusty. Our average high temperature is 61 degrees. Will be below average today and tomorrow in the upper 40s, but warming up pretty quickly. Middle 50s Friday, middle 60s as we head towards Saturday, close to 70 on Sunday, back in the lower to middle 60s again Monday and also in near Tuesday. For today, upper 40s cloudy with a few rain showers, with that east wind getting up to about 20 miles per hour. For tonight, here we are, a few rain and some snow showers possible, lows in the upper 30s, northeast wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tomorrow, upper 40s again, cloudy with rain showers again, northeast wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Alrighty, here's a look at your extended forecast brought to you by Winterport Sheds. Alrighty, for your Thursday again, upper 40s with a few rain showers, but drying out for Friday, which is also Cinco de Mayo with a mostly cloudy sky. Now, we're partly cloudy Saturday and Sunday. Temperatures warm up.
Update your outdoor living space and make the most of your outdoor life with a new deck from Hammond Lumber Company. From wood to low-maintenance composite and PVC decking, Hammond has the materials, knowledge, and experience to help you get everything you need for that perfect new deck. Railing options include wood, composite, aluminum, and the modern look of cable railing. Your Hammond sales rep can answer any questions and will walk you through your options. Get the deck you want, the one you deserve, when you bring your vision to Hammond Lumber Company.
May is for moms, and this Mother's Day, our local mom-owned businesses have teamed up to celebrate you with this amazing giveaway. Enter to win a luxurious spa service at Marilyn Monroe Spas.
Free laundry service from the Laundry Basket.
A delicious dessert at Happy Endings Dessert and Martini Bar. A month-long membership to Evolve Fitness.
And $100 towards any IV vitamin infusion or weight loss service at Riverlight Restorative Health. To enter, visit our Facebook pages, scan the QR code, or stop by any of our locations.
Happy Mother's Day from us to you.
This week, the Coronation Countdown is on, and GMA invites you to a front row seat to history. Join Good Morning America for all the royal pageantry, the family, the celebrations, the fashion, and oh yes, the parties on Good Morning America.
Gas is expensive. Do you want to get up to 70 mpg? Earn a motorcycle license at Bangor Area Motorcycle School. We are affordable and conveniently located at the Bangor Mall and have experienced instructors. We can provide a bike and materials.
Pepper's Landing is the definition of authentic Maine dining. Named in honor of our grandfather, the primary focus at Pepper's Landing is offering a variety of fresh, locally harvested seafood to all. We take pride in our quality and selection. but it doesn't end with just seafood. We also offer delicious selections of burgers, pasta, steaks, and more. So stop in to any of our locations and see what Pepper's Landing is all about.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
Turning now to Texas, where the man wanted for the execution-style mass shootings of 5 members of one family is finally in custody after a 4-day manhunt. ABC's Justin Finch with the new details.
The 4-day manhunt for Francisco Oropesa finished. The San Jacinto County Sheriff explaining that the 38-year-old was found in a house in the city of Cut and Shoot, Texas.
He was caught hiding in a closet underneath some laundry.
Oropesa caught thanks to a caller to an FBI tip line. A multi-agency takedown followed, involving U.S. Marshals, U.S. Border Patrol, and members of Texas law enforcement.
We just want to thank the person who had the courage and bravery to call in the suspect's location.
That location, some 17 miles west of Cleveland, Texas, where authorities say Oropesa was in his yard firing rounds from his AR-15 style weapon Friday night, prompting complaints from a neighboring family whose baby was kept awake due to the gunfire. Texas authorities say Oropesa then turned his gun on that family, killing 5, including that baby's mother and 9-year-old brother. The family all originally from Honduras. Their surviving loved ones left suffering.
They can rest easy now because he is behind bars, and he will live out his life behind bars for killing those 5.
Classmates of the youngest victim, Daniel Enrique Lasso, honoring his memory.
The students know something happened, and this is their way of thanking him, being part of his life, and honoring him.
Officials say Oropesa, a Mexican national, has been deported from the U.S. 4 times since 2009 and now faces 5 murder counts and a $5 million bond. Authorities say that FBI tipster will receive award money, the total increasing to $100,000.
2 missing girls found dead in Oklahoma are now speaking out. They say their daughters were at a sleepover down the street and they never imagined the dangers their girls were facing. They were among 7 bodies later found on that property. Here's ABC's Andrea Fujii.
This morning, we're learning more about the 7 bodies found on this Oklahoma property belonging to a registered sex offender. Among them, police say 2 teenage girls recently reported missing, along with the bodies of 39-year-old convicted rapist Jesse McFadden, his wife, and 3 children.
Hasn't hit me just yet. I still think she's standing right behind me or going to walk down these steps.
Nathan Brewer's 16-year-old daughter, Brittany, and her friend, 14-year-old Ivy Webster, were at a sleepover at the McFadden's home. Their families say the girls were friends with the McFadden's teen daughter. When Brittany and Ivy didn't come home, an Amber Alert was issued.
It was so hard because I feel like at that point I knew.
What they say they didn't know was that McFadden had been released from prison in 2020 after serving 17 years of a 20-year sentence for rape.
He never did anything personally where we were like,
Okay, so you didn't know his history?
No, we had no idea.
Now the girls' parents are pushing for change.
Any second that I could save to save some other children, to make a change, is what I want to do. And if I can tell Ivy's story and tell our story and get our government officials and everybody to start speaking up loud and keeping these pedophiles in jail.
A woman who testified against McFadden, leading to his conviction in 2003, says he never should have been released from prison.
He had actually held a knife to my throat that night and told me if I told anybody that he would kill me.
McFadden was still entangled with the law. He was due in court Monday, the day the bodies were found, on child porn and other charges. McFadden's mother-in-law says his family didn't know about his criminal past until just a few months ago. As for the 7 bodies found, police are still investigating how each victim died and who's responsible.
A second woman testifying Tuesday that she was assaulted by former President Donald Trump. 81-year-old Jessica Leeds of Asheville, North Carolina, says she was molested by Trump on an airliner in the late 1970s. Leeds says she met the former president aboard a daytime flight to New York and that he suddenly kissed and groped her. Leeds coming out with her story in support of another woman who says she was sexually assaulted by Trump, E. Jean Carroll, who's suing Trump in civil court.
What was it like testifying today?
It's nerve-wracking. It's not fun. It's not fun. And I hope I never have to tell this story again. So, thank you.
Carroll claims she was sexually assaulted by the past president, in a department store in 1996. The Biden administration is deploying more troops to the southern border. It comes just days before the Trump-era Title 42 policy expires. That policy allowed the U.S. to expel asylum seekers due to concerns about COVID. Now, without that policy, border agents are bracing for a flood of migrants. Here's ABC's Justin Finch to explain the new action the White House is taking.
This morning, with the expiration of Title 42 looming, the Pentagon says the first of 1,500 active duty troops could arrive at the border as soon as next week.
In light of the changes on May 11th and the anticipated surge, DHS did reach out and request this support.
Title 42 allowed the U.S. to reject migrants based on COVID concerns, but that will no longer be possible with the COVID health emergency expiring May 11th. And now Border Patrol agents say they urgently need help to process the expected surge of migrants, which could top 10,000 per day.
I don't have enough agents, I don't have enough infrastructure, I don't have enough technology. I have other areas where I think our agents have really locked down the border security situation.
The White House says the troops will deploy for 90 days, but only in a support role to free up border agents to deal with migrants directly.
These personnel will be performing administrative tasks like data entry and warehouse support. They will not be performing law enforcement functions.
But President Biden's former director for border management is slamming the decision to send troops, saying deploying military personnel suggests a concerning lack of readiness for this transition. The situation has escalated into a greater emergency that will once again lead to troops in border communities. Republicans have blamed President Biden for easing border restrictions and making this crisis worse. But the White House says any meaningful immigration reform needs to come from Congress, not the president. Meanwhile, some breaking news overnight. Mexico has agreed to continue accepting migrants from at least 4 countries who are expelled by the U.S. Analysts say this will help act as a deterrent for those making the journey north.
Writers in Hollywood are officially on strike now in Hollywood. Outside of studios, they were picketing in California, including Netflix and Hollywood headquarters. The strike will disrupt the production of movies and scripted television shows.
This is about initial compensation and residuals, how we're paid for the content we create that earns these companies billions, $30 billion a year in profit every year. All we're asking for is a reasonable cut of that so that our members can pay their rent, buy a house, raise a family, save for retirement. Pretty normal stuff.
According to the Writers Guild, close to 98% of members who cast ballots supported going on strike. The last time the union went on strike was in 2007 through 2008, and that strike lasted 100 days. Still to come here on the second half of our show, those of us with a sweet tooth can rejoice as a new baking company has opened in Bangor. This and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
Living in Maine, many things stick with you throughout your life. If you're far from home or you're missing those things, then Box of Maine is for you. Shipping nationwide for corporate businesses or individuals, Box of Maine gives everyone their own personal taste of our great state. And a portion of every box we sell goes directly to local nonprofits. Have you visited the gift shop yet? Filled to the brim with everything you find in our boxes, you can pick what you need or even create your own box. Stop by for perfect Maine gifts today at Box of Maine.
Oh, that feels so good. What a sweetheart. I'm so lucky.
These socks are so soft. And her feet don't smell? These would be perfect for hunting season.
Moisture wicking, odor resistant, hypoallergenic, softer than cashmere, and warmer than wool. Get your alpaca socks and more at the Blue Alpaca. Feel the difference.
Hey babe, can I borrow these socks?
My insurance kept going up and up and up and up.
I was getting a lot of mail about Medicare, getting pretty confused about it.
I could never have navigated through the loopholes.
Somebody said something about Senior Planning Center.
I heard a Senior Planning Center, so we called them.
Senior Planning Center was a lifesaver for us.
I couldn't begin to do it all on my own, but Senior Planning Center did it all.
Gave me all my options and signed me up with what I needed within an hour.
Senior Planning Center helped us so much.
Biggest help I could ever have asked for.
Living in Maine means long, cold winters and hot, humid summers. Whatever the weather, Bangor Heat Pumps is your solution. Open 24/7, Bangor Heat Pumps takes care of you at home or at work. We operate statewide and service all brands and models. Understanding moving can be stressful. We will help move any units you may have. We offer a veterans discount in our home with a Capeless Hero discount. Visit us online at BangorHeatPumpsLLC.com or call or text us at 307-7746. Bangor Heat Pumps.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith, and today is Wednesday, May 3rd, 2023. Today the sunrise occurs at 5:22 a.m. and it sets at 7:42 p.m., which means we've gained 20 minutes of daylight just since Wednesday of last week. I'm still not used to the sun rising as early as it's been rising. I meant to catch the sunrise over the weekend, but it's just so early now, which is good. We can use all the daytime we can get. All right, and in other news, today is National Paranormal Day. It's a great day to make conversation about whether you and your peers believe in ghosts or aliens or not, and maybe share some stories along those lines if you do. All right, and on this day in history, in 1830, the first regular steam train passenger service started here in the United States, definitely altering history. In 1845, the first African-American lawyer, Macone B. Allen, was admitted to the bar in Massachusetts. And in 1937, Margaret Mitchell won a Pulitzer Prize for her book, Gone with the Wind, and it was made into a film a couple years later. And finally, in 1944, wartime meat rationing ended in the United States. For birthdays today, we have singer-songwriter James Brown, who was born on this day in 1933 and passed away in 2006, and another singer-songwriter, Bing Crosby, who was born on this day in 1903 and passed away in 1977. Both posthumous birthdays today. That's a little different. All right. Moving on now, it's going to be kind of a dreary day, kind of a continuation of the trend of the week, so let's check in with Devin Biggs for that forecast.
Alrighty, Emma, thank you very much. Happy Wednesday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Winterport Sheds. Do you need extra storage, a place to live, camp on your lawn, buildings for your pets? Check them out at winterportsheds.com. Alrighty, here we are this morning. We are watching a few advisories that are posted, though. Mainly these right here are just some small crowd advisories that are posted until 10 a.m. later on this morning, though. We also have river flood warnings that are posted pretty much until further notice, as we're going to be watching for some high water levels as well. That's where that area saw a lot of rain very recently as well. For now, we're watching some rain tracking from the south to the north yet again, so unfortunately we're dealing with more active weather, as we'll be watching for a few rain showers yet again today, and some gusty winds in a few parts. As we do zoom things out and give you the bigger picture, here's that area of low pressure right here that's bringing some rain, and yes, even a few snow showers across parts of the country. I know we're in May, and here we are dealing with yet more snow across some parts of the country. So as we do proceed forward in time, we'll have the rain moving forward today, maybe mixing with a little bit of snow later on tonight further off towards the north, so make sure you're ready for that. But everyone else will mainly stay with a few rain showers. On top of that, a little bit of wind to watch out for as well, mainly out of the northeast going to the south and west at around 10, maybe 15 miles per hour sustained, but gusts up to 25 miles per hour are also possible. The hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, mostly cloudy with a few rain showers possible, temperatures in the upper 40s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Emma?
Thank you, Devin. Well, anyone in the Bangor area with a sweet tooth has a new destination to get their fix. Sugar Ray opened their first brick and mortar store at 20 State Street in downtown Bangor Tuesday morning. Owner Ryan Halbert says it's always been a dream of hers to open up a physical storefront, and she can't believe it's finally happening.
It's a bit overwhelming, honestly. It's great, but it's a bit shocking, I guess. I still haven't completely taken it all in, I guess, is probably the way that I would word it.
Sugar Ray's opening day was such a success, Halbert had to close early after selling the majority of her inventory. Sugar Ray is open Tuesday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. This morning, Tyler Cruz will have the latest with sports. We'll be right back.
Come see us at R&K Variety in Hamden. R&K Variety is more than just a convenience store. With delicious homemade food made fresh daily, we offer hearty meals that don't break the bank. Whether it be our delicious chicken pot pie, our famous lasagna, or one of our savory soups, you can't go wrong at R&K Variety. Looking for a drink after work? R&K Variety is an agency liquor store with an impressive selection. R&K Variety, more than just a convenience store. We're your neighbor, chef, barista, and friend. Stop by today.
I come down the road one day and we counted 23 trees down. A small compact tractor is plenty to do what you need to do.
From the beginning, he wanted John Deere.
I had nothing before. I was doing everything by hand, unloading shingles out of boats, stone and sand and wood chips. No, those days are over.
We are United, your local John Deere dealer.
From a humble horse and buggy beginning over 100 years ago to a fleet of modern deluxe motor coaches today, Sear North Star Tours wants to take you places. In Maine, throughout the United States, and abroad, we offer tours and day trips to suit everyone's interests and passions. Cherry blossoms in the spring, Prince Edward Island in the summer, trips to the city, trips to the shore, culture, history, music, and more. Sear North Star Tours. Where can we take you?
For the look of real wood that lasts a lifetime, choose TimberTech Decking and Railing by AZEK from Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
Hey everybody, Ryan Sudol here. Thank you so much for sticking with us. Let's start with some high school baseball. Brewer is on a tear to start 2023, a streak driven by the mound, their defense, and a special person they're playing for.
All the hard work that the kids have put in towards the offseason, especially paid off early in the season.
Brewer Witches baseball is on a hot start. Coming into Tuesday, they're a perfect 5-0 on the year.
Obviously a great start to the year, and we're still working really hard at practice and preparing for games, just taking it one game at a time.
Their crown jewel so far is no doubt their pitching. The Witches allowed just 7 runs in their first 5 games. The staff is led by junior ace Grady Venetestein.
Oh, he's very important to this team. His balls have a lot of movement to him. Off-speed's pretty good, change-up's pretty good, fastball. Not a lot of people can hit it.
Regardless, Venetestein says he's nothing without those who back him up.
I trust my defense behind me to roll ground balls, and I just try to pitch the contact, get my defense to make the plays for me, and the strikeouts will come.
And that defense is living up to those expectations. You can count the amount of errors the Witches have had this year on one hand.
Coach Corey is very big on working the defensive side of the ball. We do it quite a few times during the week. We're trying to get as many reps as we can and trying to make the hard things look easy so when it comes in the game, it's a little bit smoother transition.
But aside from their play and what they're playing for, this season is also driven by who they're playing for. Their teammate Bryce Basso, who recently passed away.
He was a big part of our school and our friend group, and it was a tough loss, but we're really dedicating this year to him.
Hard worker, heads down, did all the things he needed to do to work hard. Nothing but great things about him.
With all of that put together, the Witches believe that they can put another state title into the school's trophy case.
We do have a tight group and a lot of veterans that are back. I'm just really confident this year in how we stick together and play as a team.
Okay, now let's go to some boys lacrosse action. Over at historic Doyle Field in Brewer, the Witches hosted John Bapst in the first of their 2 meetings this season. Brewer looking to win back-to-back, Bapst looking for 3 in a row. Let's go to the 4th quarter. Brewer leads. Ryder Goodwin off the pass decides to just let it rip, and it goes in to extend the Witches' lead. Later on, Aiden Davis on the break. Up ahead to Owen Spalding. Hello, behind the back, just sneaks it in near side. Wow, Witches continue to roll. Then the Crusaders would get on the board. Here's Connor Gooley to Will Cashman. He gets it into the net for the goal, but Brewers' defense and goalie Wyatt McIntyre would be key down the stretch. Watch this save here off the shot from Gavin Bartlett. The Witches would stand firm and win their second straight. 8-2 is the final. And now for the boys' lax nightcap over at Cameron. Mount Blue coming up to visit Hamden Academy. First quarter, Mount Blue's Tyler Abel in X to Dustin Hinckley, and he nails it with the bounce. His fourth of the game. 5-0 Cougars after one. Second quarter, Broncos clawing back. Aaron Donovan to Jack Johnson, and he puts it in 5-2. And then 10 seconds later, Tucker Leland picks up the ground ball and bounces in a long shot there to make it 5-3. Couple minutes later, crazy sequence here. The shot from Mount Blue's Chase Ranger gets saved by Matt Shane. What a save. But then Abel emerges, gets it to Hinckley, and that is 5 on the night for him. 6-4 at the half. Cougars hang on in the end and win it 8-6. Okay, now let's go to the NBA, as the Celtics will try to rebound tomorrow night when they host the 76ers in Game 2 of the Eastern Conference semifinals. The Sixers, who were without All-Star center and now league MVP Joel Embiid, held on for a stunning 119-115 win on Monday night. Philly is also now 5-0 in the postseason after sweeping the Nets in round one. The Celtics, who had a lead late in the game, committing too many costly turnovers, 16 to be exact, something they'll need to correct heading into Game 2. But the Celtics are not pushing any panic buttons just yet.
I got to be better at play calling and getting us into our spacing quicker. So it's from that, and then just I think at times we were caught in between a 2-on-1 where we could have shot it and got a good look, but tried to get a great look. And sometimes you just in situations like that where they're scrambling, you just can't pass up good looks. So it's a little bit on me, and then it's a little bit of just we got to have the freedom to just shoot the ball, knock down open shots.
Okay, that's all the time we have for sports. I'm Ryan Sudol. We'll be back right after the break.
Mossy Ledge Spirits is a true hidden gem in Etna. Located just 3 miles off I-95, exit 167, we are home to tastings, tours, cocktails, to-go drinks, bottles, live music, minis, and priceless memories. You're sure to fall in love with our handcrafted, unique, and deliciously clean-tasting spirits and feel right at home in our family-friendly environment. Mossy's Mobile Spirits is offering mobile bar service for weddings and large events. So enjoy some pizza and raise the glass here at Mossy Ledge Spirits.
Hi, I'm Alice Seeger. Welcome to Belfast Fiber Arts. We provide hand-woven, hand-spun, knitted and quilted, upcycled clothes, and art items for your home. We also feature weaving looms, spinning wheels, and supplies. We are a weaving studio and a makerspace with a sewing lab and a textile research library. We offer classes, workshops, and study groups. So stop by and visit us at Belfast Fiber Arts. We're at 171 High Street in Belfast between the Colonial Theatre and the Beanbag Store. We look forward to seeing you.
Max True Value Hardware in Unity is the best option year-round for all of your home improvement projects. Backed by one of the leading paint manufacturers in the United States, Max will color match or custom mix any color for you. We care about your pets too, carrying all of the essential pet products in our store. During those cold winters, we take the extra step to help with wood pellets ready to load on site. We also fill all size propane cylinders year-round. Max True Value Hardware. We take pride in serving our community. Let us know how we can help you today.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. Nearly 300 people have been arrested in a global dark web drug bust. Law enforcement in the U.S. and in Europe seized more than $53 million in a dark web marketplace. The investigation was part of an international crackdown on drug trafficking. Law enforcement are calling it the largest operation of its kind. A majority of the arrests took place in the United States. Well, in other news now, a bipartisan effort is underway to protect children on social media. 2 senators have reintroduced legislation that would require sites to default to stricter settings for younger users. Fox News congressional correspondent Aisha Hasni is on Capitol Hill with the details.
David Molak was just 16 years old when he took his own life. A victim of relentless cyberbullying, his mom says, run rampant on social media.
They were targeting his appearance, threatened him, and told him he should never go back to school, put him in a body bag, put him 6 feet under.
His story is one of the many reasons why Republican Senator Marsha Blackburn and Democrat Senator Richard Blumenthal are putting politics aside and reintroducing their Kids Online Safety Act, or KOSA, to give parents more control over what their kids see.
This is how they're meeting drug dealers. It's how they're learning about how to commit suicide and music to commit suicide to.
The bill requires social media platforms to default to stricter settings for users 17 and under. It would also let parents disable features that are addictive and opt out of recommendations made by powerful algorithms.
This idea is not red or blue. It's not Republican or Democrat. There's no red or blue algorithm driving toxic content.
But the pair face pushback. Last year, about 100 advocacy groups sent a letter to Senate Leader Chuck Schumer opposing the bill, claiming it could limit a child's access to sex education or resources for LGBTQ plus youth. But Blumenthal says he and Blackburn have updated the bill, limiting potential harmful content to substance abuse, suicide, and eating disorders.
The ACLU still not happy with the bill, though. Meanwhile, Fox did ask Leader Schumer if he would support this particular piece of legislation. He would only go so far as to say that he would want to see some kind of child protections in an online bill. On Capitol Hill, I'm Aisha Hasni, Fox News.
Now here's meteorologist Evan Biggs with our full weather forecast.
Alrighty, Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Winterport Sheds. Do you need extra storage, a place to live, camp on your lot, buildings for your pets? Check them out at winterportsheds.com. Alrighty, here we are. So we do have a small crowd advisories that are posted until 10 a.m. later this morning. Right along it here, wave heights continue to remain active in a few areas. River flood warnings remain posted until further notice. Whenever you see a time kind of like this, or it's very exact, pretty much it's in effect until further notice, until the water levels go back down. Wave heights are around 5 to 6 feet according to the buoys right now, so they continue to remain a little high as a result of the active weather across the region. We'll see some improvement coming up soon, but first we got to get through some rain that continues to fall in a few areas this morning. Nothing heavy, though. That was in the western parts of the state this morning. For us, not as heavy as it tracks off towards the north and east. We'll be watching for multiple waves of rainfall possible with this area low pressure tracking from the southwest going to the north and east. So today and tomorrow we have chances for rain. I've actually pulled out the chance for rain for Friday, so that is some good news. So we'll be mostly cloudy Friday and the weekend looking pretty good as well. So futurecast moving forward, a few rain showers today, some dry hours as well, but notice nothing but cloud cover. All this white you see here is nothing but cloud cover here, but we'll be watching for some rain and even a few snow showers possible later on tonight as well, and even through tomorrow morning, some more rain showers moving in from the northeast, going toward the south and west yet again. But once we head towards Thursday night and parts of Friday, this is the last little bit of rain before that finally begins to get out of here, and the clouds slowly but surely start to break up. And for rainfall looks a little bit like this. The best opportunities for any additional rainfall further off towards the western parts of the state, where maybe another half inch of rain could fall between now and Friday. But for us, though, not a whole lot, maybe 1/10 to 2/10 of an inch of rain between now and Friday before we're all finished up. So nothing significant. It'll just be dreary outside. And on top of that, though, some gusty winds on the way yet again, reaching up to around 20 miles per hour. And in a few spots, maybe getting close to 25 miles per hour along the coast. So, and we'll keep that rolling again, especially as we head towards Thursday morning. So the wind will continue to remain rather gusty. Our average high temperature is 61 degrees. Will be below average today and tomorrow in the upper 40s, but warming up pretty quickly. Middle 50s Friday, middle 60s as we head towards Saturday, close to 70 on Sunday, back in the lower to middle 60s again Monday and also in near Tuesday. For today, upper 40s cloudy with a few rain showers, with that east wind getting up to about 20 miles per hour. For tonight, here we are, a few rain and some snow showers possible, lows in the upper 30s, northeast wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tomorrow, upper 40s again, cloudy with rain showers again, northeast wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Alrighty, here's a look at your extended forecast brought to you by Winterport Sheds. Alrighty, for your Thursday again, upper 40s with a few rain showers, but drying out for Friday, which is also Cinco de Mayo, with a mostly cloudy sky. And we're partly cloudy Saturday and Sunday. Temperatures warm up.
Allow us to reintroduce the right amount of spicy. Lightly breaded and spicy tempura, made with a blend of aged cayenne. If you're meeting for the first time, lucky you. Spicy Chicken McNuggets, they're back.
For a limited time, enjoy Spicy Chicken McNuggets or get a Spicy McCrispy sandwich. Plus, you can add any size Dr. Pepper for even more refreshment.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Ready to create your backyard oasis? Alexander's Professional Landscaping will work with you to create your perfect outdoor space. Work one-on-one with our landscape designer to create a unique garden to fit your family's personal aesthetics and lifestyle. Have our pros install your new lawn, deck, or patio. Schedule a consultation today by calling 573-4497. Alexander's Professional Landscaping, the way landscaping should be.
May is for moms, and this Mother's Day, our local mom-owned businesses have teamed up to celebrate you with this amazing giveaway. Enter to win a luxurious spa service at Marilyn Monroe Spas.
Free laundry service from the Laundry Basket.
A delicious dessert at Happy Endings Dessert and Martini Bar. A month-long membership to Evolve Fitness.
And $100 towards any IV vitamin infusion or weight loss service at Riverlight Restorative Health. To enter, visit our Facebook pages, scan the QR code, or stop by any of our locations.
Happy Mother's Day from us to you.
Angie's List is now Angie, and it's easier than ever to get your projects done right. With Angie, you can connect with top pros and see ratings and reviews. And when you book and pay through Angie, you're covered by our happiness guarantee. Check out Angie.com today. Angie, and done.
Hey, Schmooze!
The thing that made the 80s really special? My family.
The Goldberg Series Finale, ABC tonight.
A new study finds many common household products release toxic chemicals that can affect your health. Researchers at the University of California, Berkeley, and the Silent Spring Institute analyzed 33 different products that contain toxic, volatile organic compounds. They found the products emit toxins into homes and can lead to birth defects, cancer, and other reproductive harm. The researcher says formaldehyde was the most common harmful chemical. It was found in shampoo, makeup, and nail polish. Gen Zers are ditching the smartphone and going back to the phone of their parents, the flip phone. The new report by the Wall Street Journal sheds light on the new wave of young adults using flip phones. For those in Gen Z, smartphones have become a distraction. Some say they're, quote, slaves to it. The use of the flip phone takes away from all the unnecessary scrolling and just leaves the basic functions, texting and calling close contacts, especially in an emergency. Today's cheaper alternative to the smartphone comes with Bluetooth, 4G, and even cameras on some. An elementary school principal gets a wild surprise Monday. James Marsh, the principal at Zela Elementary in Summersville, West Virginia, heard growling and roaring coming from inside a dumpster. He went to inspect the garbage can, only to have a black bear jump out. Marsh jokes that the encounter woke him up. The bear was seen running away and did not hurt anyone, but definitely startled them. It had reportedly been spotted in the dumpster before and somehow found a way around the lock. The West Virginia Department of Natural Resources made modifications. All right, looks like we're about out of time. Have a great day.
Meadow is a very user-friendly golf course. We have some very good rates. We have discounts for military people. We have discounts for seniors, individual and group lessons for juniors.
The greens, especially this year, they're in excellent shape. It's not a course that won't allow you to hit the ball 10 or 12 times on any hole and still have fun.
There's some challenges out there, but there's also some risk rewards.
It's convenient. You can come in Union Street, you can come in Route 2. It's just in a great location.
It's just a fun place to play.
Things were hostile in the house.
Yes.
A parental breakup with multiple victims.
He was drunk, belligerently drunk. He was slurring his words, yelling, cussing at my friends, and me also.
That was crazy.
Yes, it was.
And a toddler caught in the middle.
You assaulted him holding the baby.
I was just trying to get my baby out of his arms.
Next, Judge Judy.
Wednesday at 5, only on ABC 7.
Real goes XL. I predict a record-breaking week. The